Greetings, y'all. Hello, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube fam. Welcome to Karima Show and Tell, episode 84, season 5, episode 84. That's a lot of episodes, y'all. Anyway, today's topic is today's theme is: has PC culture made you more aware, or has it overwhelmed your empathy? I really want to know this. Me and the fellas came down with this question and really thought it out, and it's definitely going to be a sensitive question. And I want to let everybody know that this is individuals' opinions. Okay, that's what this is. This is a discussion show. Like, don't hate on me completely if Chico says something crazy, but just know, just know this is everybody's opinion. Just messing with Chico. Let's mess with you, Chico. Anyway, Karima Show and Tell is where we talk about poetry, politics, ratchetness, relationships, trending topics, Hollywood stories, the realities of LA. I'm your host, K2, Karima Spear. I'm a poet, writer, director, so forth and so on. I do a lot. I'm a deep thinker. And if you like the show, definitely hit us up on, give us a thumbs up on YouTube, subscribe, share, please share, because I think I'm really creating good content for the masses. Anyway, I want to send a special shout out to Ryan Gonzalez at Cyanic Media, who created the website Karima Show&Tell.com. Great site. This is for the radio. Definitely check it out. Anyway, on today's show, we have season 3 heavy hitters. We're gonna start adding more heavy hitters to it, but these my homies. You know what I mean? These are just my homies. So on today's show, we got Anthony Gonzalez. I think he's across from me, right? And then you got Mr. Chico sitting on the mountaintop with his guitar.
Yo.
On today's show, topic 1. If we get through topic 1, has PC culture made you more aware, or has it overwhelmed your empathy? Really, like, it's some real stuff to talk about. And number 2, if we get to it, does your personal success improve friendships and friends? So I want to talk about that because I've been dealing with some thoughts on that. So let's get into it. So I guess my show, I'll just start it off because it's a heavy question. Because it seems like this is a two-part question, actually. So I'm gonna attack it from that perspective. Has PC culture made you more aware? Yes and no for me. Yes, it's made me more aware of everybody's angst with everything. But also it made me more that's not how you rub your skin and it's too sensitive. Like, I don't really want to be touched in that area. That's how I feel about it. And so it is almost on the verge of almost like overwhelming my empathy because there's so much to care about. At the same time, you gotta go to work. You can't. I can't be homeless. That's not a part of my religion. I gotta make sure I take care of myself. And because the thing is, you can't take care of yourself, you can't take care of nobody else. That's how I was brought up. So how about you, Anthony? What do you think of that? I'm gonna come back, but
Yeah.
There it is.
Definitely it's softened up my empathy towards people. And so the situations that have been highlighted probably bring you more in tune to how other people either feel they're being treated, feel they're being neglected, and everything like that. The part that loses the empathy for those people, sadly, are the people that take advantage of that. Now, I'll go into the lighter version of this, the unemployment. For the people that lost jobs for COVID and everything like that, the government's very empathetic to their situation, supposedly. That's why they tried doing stimulus. That's why California was doing that extra $600 a month, blah, blah, blah. But I have people that I know that won't go back to work because why are they going to go back to work to make $700 a week when they make $600 a week from the government? Those aren't exact numbers, but you catch my drift.
Yeah.
So I lose my empathy for those people. But then there's those people that actually can't find a job. They can't find no one to take care of their kids because schools aren't still open or very slowly reopening in this area. So without getting too negative about the situation, looking at it from more of a broader spectrum, I did lose a lot of empathy for people because it's kind of like there's a lot more opportunities now. There's even more opportunities. There's more opportunities for extended learning, people to take classes online, people to take trade school online, where they would have to go and spend this. And, you know, so I tend to have lost a lot of empathy. I'm more empathetic to a physical situation more than a mental situation, not like your mental space, but I'm more like, you know, a physical situation, like
Something
we're talking about.
you can see. So
Yeah, you can see it. Like they're trying. But you know, there's other situations that just, yeah, I mean, like, yeah, we want to be aware, we want to understand, we want to make everyone feel comfortable, but that's a coddling culture. You know, that coddled kid is always the spoiled kid who's always the brat, who's always the crybaby, who's always this, who's always that. I still feel like people got to work for it.
We're layering the cake. I'm not.
Yeah.
It was my lips. So how about you, Chico? What's your intro thoughts on this?
So I agree with you. It is definitely a two-part question, and so has PC culture made me more aware? It's made me more aware, but it hasn't. I haven't really had too much empathy off of like everything that's going on. So empathy, the ability to understand or share. I can understand and share what other people are doing or what they're going through, but for me, PC culture has kind of like grown so much. It's in some cases I don't really agree with it. It's like PC culture has now become cancel culture in some aspects.
Yeah.
And like for instance, like when comedians have said something in the past, and they're like, well, cancel them because this is what they believed. And it's just like, no, it's the times of that whatever was said. For instance, shit, I just lost my train of thought. But anyways, it's the times that things that have been said, and now PC culture is like, well, you can't say that. You know, like as a kid, we used to be like, oh, you're a Gaylord, or shit like that, or yeah, you're a faggot. You're like, but now that's no. Yeah, now it's no. Now I am empathetic to certain words. Why? Because I'm a black man. I shit has been said derogatorily towards me that I'm just like, no, I can't fuck with that. Mm-hmm. So in some aspects, I am very empathetic with the culture and things that are done. But I think PC culture sometimes goes too far. I think there is a specific, for me, after a while, it's like, all right, cool. I'm going to say what I'm going to say. I need you to interpret it as I mean and not as what you feel. I'm coming from a different generation's point of view. Now, do I hate you when I say this? No, that's just my terminology. So I think to a point, depending on how they take things or where they take things to, is too much. Now, I agree with the overall, like what they're saying, but it's like, dude, I don't want to change completely because you feel some sort of way. That's, get over it.
It takes away from people's individualism too.
Exactly. So and then honestly, I think PC culture sometimes has given us weaker skin. We don't know how to take things to like criticism. Some people cannot take criticism, whether it's constructive or not. And it's like it breaks them down. Oh, he called me this, he called me that. Who gives a fuck? Okay. But move the fuck on. Like,
but my research that I not to jump in like that, but
No, you good. This is a conversation, bro. Let's
the,
talk.
the research that I put together, it gave me a clear mind that it's a generational understanding of things. Like,
When do you think it started? When do you think PC culture started?
I think PC culture is fairly recent.
But when? What? Give like a roundabout.
15 years.
I think I don't know exactly the time, but I have an idea. The idea when it started, when basically when people were on that short bus, and they were like, you can't call these people, you can't call these. Excuse the word, y'all. So
Yo, listen. As a music teacher, I used to use that word. Oh, whoo, got the hands.
Well,
As a music teacher, there is a word called retardando, and it means to gradually slow down. And they shorten it. They say retard instead of retardando. They say retard, and then they shorten it even more to rit. So I'll ask the kid like, well, what's this? And they'll say, I don't know. I was like, oh, let's extend it. If I said retard right there, what would you say? Some kids would be like, oh, you're not supposed to say that.
Yeah.
I'm like, yo, chill. I'm not talking about whatever you think I'm talking about. What does it mean? You're slow.
It doesn't matter what it means too, because just saying something's gay, like you said earlier.
Right, absolutely. But every word has particular meanings,
Yeah.
and you have to know the meanings of these words and how they affect people. Now,
No, you don't.
sometimes people don't know the meanings behind it and how it affects people.
I mean, but because I was a teacher, it's also because when we were learning phonics, that the words had meaning, and then they stopped teaching phonics, and then they started showing pictures, right, and saying this is apple, right, but you don't know how to spell apple, but you know this is apple,
right.
And so I think that along with saying that you can't use that word, right, and it was just out of politeness at first,
right.
Like you couldn't. I mean, hey y'all, I'm just gonna let y'all know we're gonna talk about a whole bunch of offensive words on the show, okay? So don't get mad at me because I know offensive words. Like when you.
Well, also too, people shouldn't get mad, and that's part of PC and cancel culture. People shouldn't get mad because
I'm just trying to really be honest, have a real discussion. Like when you used to call people of Asian descent Orientals.
I did not know that was bad.
Yeah.
I've been saying it for like 7 years ago. I was saying, I was like, damn, I said it. I was like, yo, look at those Orientals over there. And then somebody looked at me and says, you're not supposed to say that. Yeah. I was like, but
that is it's considered an offense.
I didn't realize that. And I'm like, once I was told, I understood, but I still don't understand why that's not, it's a region. Or,
it's not like you're calling them a chink.
Right. Now that
or slant
I get.
Yeah, that's derogatory.
That I get completely.
Yeah. Or also using I'm just gonna say the N word. Everybody know what I'm talking about. Or using spick, and
right.
Or wetback or some shit like that.
Oh, wait. My question is, how come you said all of those words? How come you said all of those words, but then you didn't say the N word?
It's just a habit. It's just a habit. It's a habit. Like even in my poetry, I don't even use. Okay, I don't use nigga. I don't use the word nigga at all.
I didn't want you to say it. I didn't. You didn't.
It's just a personal habit.
No, I agree. Same thing.
But I want to
hear what I say.
So PC culture though, and cancel culture, man.
I think cancel culture came out of PC culture. They are the extremist of PC culture,
but
I don't like that because
all it is conformity.
But
they want you to conform to whatever their identity is, and there's 300 million people.
Let me add this to the conversation, because like PC culture, from my research, has turned into empathetic culture. Politically correct has turned into empathetically correct. That's the morphing of it. That instead of like this guy named David Brooks, who wrote a column called "The Limits of Empathy," was talking about. He said he wrote it in 2011, and it's basically it says that the problem with studying empathy is that it comes when that it comes when we try to turn feeling into action. That's the problem. That when we try to turn feeling into action, empathy makes you more aware of other people's suffering, but it's not clear. It actually motivates you to take moral action or prevent you from taking immoral action. The example that he uses is when the prison guards in Nazi actually were crying as they were murdering the people, murdering the Jews. So they were crying, they were empathetic, but at the same time, they still did that. And he said the problem is that empathy orients you toward moral action, but it does not seem much more, it doesn't seem to have a real impact when it's a personal cause. And that's the reason I think I see why people with Black Lives Matter, like, yeah, people are empathetic to the plight, but then they're like, oh, how much is it going to cost us? How much is mine will have to, my personal cost will I have to give up in order for me to be empathetic? I think everybody likes to say I'm empathetic, like it's like a good thing to say, but I think a lot of people don't want to pay that cost.
But if you're giving so much, if you're empathetic to so many causes, what's left for you? Like, I can't give to everything, because then it's just like, well, shit. What?
No. Here's one thing too that I'm gonna add to that. I shouldn't have to, nor will I want to give to everything. Right. Because some of those things I'm not empathetic to. Obviously, there's some big ones, of course, but for certain situations that are just absolutely ridiculous, you're just kind of like rolling your eyes. If you talk to that person out on the street, they're never going to say the same thing. Online, they have their little communities that all freaking bend to their will, bend the knee, whatever it is. But there's certain... Huh?
I said bend the knee. Okay, Jon Snow.
Oh, no, I was thinking of Henry Cejudo, because he always says that.
Oh, okay. Well,
but yeah, you know what I mean? But like, people want conformity. They want this, and not all those things make sense to me, because I'm not empathetic to them, because a lot of those things, let's say, I may think they put themselves in that situation. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like, I may think that they want to be in that situation. I speak on this just because, I know people that are in this, like my uncle's, ex-lover, who was basically like an uncle to us, just passed away. So he was gay for the last, I think, 60 years. Mm-hmm. And, my sister wanted to put a pride flag up in the house. And it's kind of like, okay, cool. But he would hate that. He would hate it, because he was gay at a time where it wasn't cool to be gay. Now it's like, oh, you got to have the gay friend. You got to have the bi friend. You got to have the lesbian, whatever the rest of the alphabet is.
Right.
But he believed in, look, I don't need everyone to be accepting to me. I just need people to mind their business. Yeah. So it was a different kind of opinion, and he was gay during a time where it wasn't cool. They were being beat down, everything like that, and AIDS had just came out. Yeah. So if you touch someone's hand, our expert virologist, Fauci was saying that if you shook someone's hand who was gay, you were going to die. That's what he was saying.
Fauci said that?
In the 70s, he said that.
Oh, why do we trust this guy?
Hey, he's the guy. He's the guy.
He knows.
You know what I mean? So like, it's that could be part of the generational thing, because he was definitely not like that. And I associate that too with a lot of veterans. Mm-hmm. Being a vet and actually being in a combat situation, mm-hmm. I look at things a lot different than most veterans. Like, I won't be like, oh no, like, we needed this, and people, oh, you need to respect me and give me my 10%. Like that, that's not me. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like, it's the whole same, get on my plane, or you're off. You're gonna get thrown off. And so, that has a lot to do with PC, man. You just cancel. Fuck that.
When PC culture goes too far into cancel culture, that's what I tap out. That's just like, fuck that. Because I like the fact that we as a culture, country, we change with times. But don't go back. If you're gonna go back whatever years, then you definitely need to recognize what happened to my people. Then, are we still not recognized? No, we're not. We're like, oh, okay, we know, but no. So, no. Cancel culture can like kiss my ass.
Well, it's just like the Confederate statues when they wanted to take them down. Like they were.
I don't support the Confederate culture, but
No,
but it's history.
Not really though. So there's a difference.
Mm-hmm.
When they wanted to take down Abraham Lincoln, it's like you're a fucking idiot. When they wanted to take down George Washington, you're a fucking idiot. You got to think of the time. Everybody. It wasn't like they knew any different or they knew any better.
Right.
But like the Confederate statues, most of them were put up in protest of the Civil Rights Movement.
Ah, okay, never mind.
So that's why I was like,
you redact what I said. Nah, fuck that. Take that shit.
That's why I was like, I don't really care because that's
take that shit out.
We should know better,
I respect the fact of history.
Let me do the topic intro one more time, because when I edit it, give me a second. Has the PC culture made you more aware, or has it overwhelmed your empathy, y'all? That's what we're talking about today. So definitely. Continue, but I wanted to make sure that I.
And I want to say hello to Chocolate Chuck over there.
Yo, Chocolate Chuck.
Hey, Charles, you there?
He looks like he's frozen though.
Are you frozen?
Yeah, he's frozen, bro.
He's frozen for sure.
Look at that. Yeah. He's not even blinking.
Picture.
Oh, that's his picture.
Ice Cube picture. Like, what's up?
Right. He looks like he's mad. Shit. He didn't get.
Oh, hey, his volume's low.
Hey, turn your volume up, Charles.
Well, wouldn't it be his speaker? It would be his speaker.
Then turn your speaker up.
Well, no, I'm sorry, not his speaker. This is actually his mic. His mic. Karima, you copying everything I say?
Because I think.
Hold on, let me see something real quick.
Wait.
Okay, so
I'm trying to get.
Yeah, what?
Matrix. It's the Matrix, guys.
So folks, we definitely talking about that. Has PC culture made you more aware, or has it overwhelmed your empathy? And I just definitely wanted. I like the research that I got, because it had it promoted PC as good. Then I had the one that was DC is definitely changing the way people are in school, because the PC culture is now it is becoming the instead of politically correct, it's becoming empathetically correct. And that originally I read another article about there are certain students that just want certain books they just don't want to read, because if you look at Mark Twain, how the language that he used, or some of the books that you use a lot back in the day when I was going to college, like people wanted those controversial books to have a great discussion and really learn something and build. But cultural wise, the students that are now are not the students that I went to school with. They have been so exposed to PC culture and so exposed to, you got to be sensitive to everybody's wants, and you don't want to offend anybody, that now they're actually requesting from professors, well, they're talking about rape, I don't want to talk about that subject. I
think that's stupid. Some things like you need to talk about.
But I'm saying this is the culture that we live in now, because the thing is, we think we're the culture. We are not the culture anymore. When you listen to the music on the radio, that's the culture. Right. Most culture is built on the youth. So this is what the youth is dealing with right now.
I am very youthful. I only have one gray hair.
But I'm saying, so Charles, you want to jump in here?
What's up, Chocolate Chuck? There he is.
Yeah, the PC-ness. One thing I forget which
you might get offended you're not offended that I called you Chocolate Chuck, though, right?
No, that's my stripper name, so I'm cool.
I just want to make sure since we're on this topic.
But no. I think I forget which comedian said it, but he said that I think we're getting so PC that we're missing out on good content.
Yeah.
People are afraid to take chances and take risks. So a lot of the shit we're getting is kind of watered down, or we're not getting anything at all. So I get that side of it. I think what bothers me the most is that when like Fox News and stuff like this, they try and take it and spin it as if they weren't trying to cancel people out and all that stuff. And it's like, dude, you guys made a whole damn network based off trying to cancel the other side out, and just so and CNN and MSNBC as well. But I think it's funny when I see Fox trying to say, "Oh, the cancel culture is trying to get rid of the conservative right and blah blah." Nah, you guys are always gonna be battling out. So you're just calling the cancel culture now. The shit's called tribalism. Is really what it's called. Is what you guys been doing and what we've been doing to them back and forth. But I think, yeah, I mean, empathy. I mean, I don't know. It depends on what it is, man. If it's something truly relevant that's detrimental to somebody, then yeah, I can kind of empathize and sympathize. But I want to say it was Chris Rock that said it, man. Somebody said it.
So.
And I didn't really think about it. But I was like, damn, you know what? He's right. We have been missing out on probably some good stuff, partly because of the Me Too movement. You know, a lot of people are afraid to do sex, jokes and everything like that. And so hopefully everything kind of levels out. You know, we're on this crescendo right now of trying to get everybody straight. Hopefully
I like that word.
Well, I'm just saying.
What does crescendo mean?
Come on, man.
You see, though, that's the thing, though, too. Like, and I think I heard something similar where they were saying there's no good comedies out right now because everybody's afraid of making that wrong joke.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. That's why everybody's into like murders and serial.
Well, no. I think certain comedians are touching it and not afraid to touch it. Like Joe Rogan.
But look at Chappelle when he
and Dave, especially Dave Chappelle.
That last special with Sticks and Stones.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah. They're definitely touching on it because comedians are like the last front. They say if they can't say these jokes, then like, what the fuck? What are they gonna do? What's really gonna be funny? I'd rather go, oh, that's crazy, that's horrible to say, but that's the shit that like makes you think.
Right.
I know, but somebody's always the punchline of those
it is
jokes.
what it is. If you don't like it,
so there's always gonna be a fat kid in the room.
There's always a runt in every litter.
Like
in every litter, there's one person. But you know what? That one person's gonna be stronger because they understand. And I'm like, as a culture, we need to be stronger.
I know, but you're speaking from your generation.
Absolutely.
Your generation
Absolutely. When my nephew starts crying, I say, hey, it's okay to cry, but understand, it's not that serious. Stop crying. Okay. Cry for 2 minutes, and then wipe your tears, and let's keep it pushing. Don't cry all day.
I remember it's like when we would cry, my mom would be like, oh, you want a reason to cry? I ain't no reason to cry.
Yeah. It's okay. I'm good. You know, all that huff and puffing.
I give you a reason.
Yeah. I think PC culture, has made everybody a little bit softer than what we need to be, because I want everybody to understand and be empathetic to causes, but let's still have some tough type of skin.
Well, also too, like if you're not empathetic to a cause, that's okay too.
Yeah,
just like
it's not
they
for
have
everybody.
Their opinion, just like they have their opinion as to for the cause. If you're not for that, if it doesn't directly affect you, that's what I've been saying lately. Is like if something doesn't directly affect you, why is it bothering you?
Right.
And you can be empathetic to something like as Chuck was saying, like fucking something detrimental to someone, like genocide, things like that, abuse, that of course people are gonna be you're not ignorant, you're just, you don't have to be out there freaking, giving up your situation. Let's say, there's a lot of people that got fired or got this and got that because of things they support, and or things they don't support, and that's absolutely ridiculous. Like, granted, it's a free market and every personal and private business owner has the right to do whatever the fuck he wants to do. But I mean, you also have a right to not work there.
Yo, if somebody's getting fired for supporting something, like, For what reason? If it's not
But
affecting
what if you're getting
job,
fired for not supporting something?
But that's
You know what I mean?
my point right there. Because that part about has it overwhelmed your empathy? I was thinking about like how you only got 24 hours in a day, and so you want to be you as a person want to care, but then you say, well, I got 24 hours in a day, and then you see on the news and you see out there in the thing that especially the celebs, they try to out empathetic each other. It's like I said, out black each other, out Spanish. They really try to be like, I care more about this situation than you do. And then they slip. And then they go, no, but I care more about your situation. And then you be like,
and then the money comes out. Well, I donated 5,000.
and then
I
they
donated 50,000.
empathetic each other. And I'm just like, stop lying is what I want. Because the thing is, you're pissing me off personally. Because I'm like,
But they also want to be accepted. So, and they have a lot to lose because they're always in the public's eye.
yeah.
So I think it
the
depends
public
on
has a short memory.
right.
For the most
Right.
part, yeah. I mean, I'm pretty sure if what's his name, Louis C.K. I think he dropped something recently, and people kind of got some of a stale reception. But I think he can come back now after all his stuff. I think, like I said, once
Kevin
it kind of
Spacey's
down,
in another movie.
right? It's really what it is. It just takes time, about a year for most cats to kind of come back. I mean, hell, if Cosby wanted to come back, he could. It would take him about a year, but if he
You
owned up
think
to
Cosby
it,
can come back after everything that they've dragged his ass through the mud?
If Cosby
You think he
says,
can
"Hey
come
man,
back?
you know what?
if
I'm sorry for what I did, and I paid my dues," somebody will pick him up. TV1, BET, somebody will grab him up, and he'll grab because a lot of black people still enamored with that cat, man. I got people
He
to this
has
day.
done a lot of inspirational things for the black community.
so you try
Right.
to say,
Yeah, he just drugged and raped women though.
I mean, like,
Right. Yeah. I mean,
I mean, like, he did it.
people still defend. Hell,
If-
people
if-
still
if
defend
you're-
R. Kelly.
I feel like you can separate the man from his actions. If he has inspired good intentions in one area, but his life is fucked up, keep the good shit, and then just like
Right.
throw the fucked up shit away.
That's why
hey,
Cosby
man, I ain't saying that
came
he
back
can't come
on
back.
a few months after all that.
I mean, shit.
Hey, I ain't mad. I ain't saying don't try, but
I would love him to try. I would love him.
there's
to
a
try.
few people that are like a little bit too far over the water, and that's like, they're a little too far in the deep end. It's Bill Cosby, Harvey Weinstein, like
R. Kelly.
Harvey's drowning. Harvey's drowning. He's a quadriplegic.
Yeah.
R. Kelly, they're a little too far.
Oh shit.
okay,
Yeah.
but how do we know how far is far in this culture that we do?
When you tell people to suck your dick for a job, that's too far.
No, you know what? I think you.
No,
When you
because
hear the
there's
name
some
and
people
you're
that
like,
would do it.
Well, I mean that's when you call prostitution. Oh shit, that's when you call prostitution. My guitar keeps falling.
Hey, that's it. You gonna play the song?
Prostitution, legal bank robbing, like it's all good.
Pedophilia, you start selling like, that's bad.
Did you say pedophilia?
Yeah.
I think fuck all those people. If you deal with a little child,
That's
fuck you.
That's too.
Fuck you. That's
You can't ever come back from pedophilia.
can never messing with
That's
a
true.
child.
Yeah.
I'm trying to really see what we know what the deep is, but what can you come back from? Who can actually come back? Because I don't think R. Kelly pissing on somebody can come back. I really don't.
No, R. Kelly. Well,
I mean, maybe
musically, R. Kelly could come back.
but
Musically,
right under-
nobody's gonna listen to his music.
People still listen to his music.
No, they're not gonna listen to his new music. They'll listen to his old music, but not his new music because they're thinking of what he did in the past.
I know people still want some new shit from R. Kelly.
Really?
I know them personally. Like,
I can separate the artist from what they've done. I can separate the artist from what they've done, but not everybody can do that.
you mean young people, or you mean
Oh,
And
PC,
that's how
hold
that's
on.
how they
PC culture,
compartmentalize the shit.
cancel
Like,
culture
okay, well,
cannot do
you give me
that.
good music.
Cancel culture cannot
Yeah,
separate
but black
the
folk
artist
who love
from.
R. Kelly can.
I think
The
yeah.
black folk who love R. Kelly can, and they've been trying to do that shit. I'd be like, wow,
Yeah.
really?
I mean, I love R. Kelly's music, but he's a little too twisted for me.
You gotta say
yeah.
R. Kelly music, because if you just say R. Kelly, it's a whole other connotation.
I love R. Kelly.
Didn't we do a show on the R. Kelly episode
We
series?
did. We did. Sick fuck. He's a
That's
sick
funny.
fuck. Good music, but he's a sick
he's
fuck.
Right.
But,
Yeah,
but,
yeah.
but
I mean, people look at MJ. Michael Jackson still do. They thought they gonna cancel him out. He was
It's
out
a
maybe
legend.
like 3 months. And
It's a legend.
now
Was
he's back.
he ever convicted? So that
No.
means it's a legend. If the glove doesn't fit.
Or even if he was convicted,
you talking about OJ
even
now?
if he got convicted, they would still listen to his shit.
Yeah, OJ can't come back, right? We agree on that one, right? OJ can't come back.
No,
OJ been back like
OJ's
times.
fine. OJ's fine. He didn't do
OJ
anything.
come back.
OJ didn't do anything. He can play sports. He can write another book. He already read a book. He can write another book. He can star in a movie or a TV show. He's fine. He didn't do anything. What did OJ do?
Get away with
Well,
murder.
no, he can't do anything.
Did he do?
But he
He
can
got away
still
with
do
murder? I don't think he killed anybody.
Yeah, I think it's a conspiracy. I think it's a conspiracy too that Rob Shapiro and both Johnny Cochran both died at a pretty damn young age
Yeah.
after representing OJ.
Honestly, they were too good.
They
were
both
too
died
good.
with brain tumors though.
Listen. People on high said, we can't let these people defend anybody else. They're way too good. They know too many words. And they're smart? No.
Okay, so to end what we're talking about, because we're going to go to the next subject.
We made it. We made it to the next subject.
Because I actually, I'm trying to figure out, okay, I was like, maybe Will jump in. I don't know. Anyway.
Oh, you know, he'll be like, no, motherfucker. You be empathetic to everybody.
Right.
So
Well, I texted him, so hopefully he'll chime in a bit. I don't know if he's gonna come in though.
I don't think so.
it's all right, but we'll have him on the next show, definitely.
Yeah,
This next topic, we're gonna do this next week too. So the last question, I'm gonna say it: has political correct culture gone too far? Yes or no? So
Yes.
yes. One for you.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And that's not saying that we're not empathetic. That's just saying there's certain levels. And y'all want everything like this when some things are just like, yeah, we need to understand, realize more of this.
Yeah.
Because I think
If everybody could understand the plight, okay, cool. But you don't have to understand and then do over that. Because nobody wants to do that. I get it.
But it does not mean that people take action.
Right. I need you to understand and just understand where I'm coming from. If you can understand that, cool. You don't have to fight the fight because that's not where you're going from.
Yeah,
But just understand where I'm coming from and just give me that respect.
Mhm.
Cool. If you can do that, I'm good. If you can't, get the fuck out my face.
Okay. So okay. Second question.
Let's lighten up the mood.
Right.
So does your personal success improve friendships? Does your personal success improve friendships? So we're gonna go with Chico first.
I think it depends on where the friendship started off from, and I think it depends on what type of friendship you have.
Okay.
We have seen people who are friends, and then one person gets jealous of somebody's success. Mm-hmm. But if these two friends are leveling each other up, it's different. Every friendship has a different type of camaraderie.
Yeah.
Some friends are extremely supportive, no matter where they are. They're always
She wants to come inside.
Some friends are extremely supportive. Those friends will, no matter where one goes, that friendship will always level up because they're going to be happy for them. I'm a friend. I'm always happy to see my friend grow. It doesn't matter if I'm growing or not. If you're growing and doing great things and then telling me, hey, and then even like reaching down and saying, you should do this, or give me ideas on how I can grow myself, that makes a beautiful friendship. Because not only are you doing your shit, you're telling me, one, yo, get your shit together and you could do the same thing too. Or, just, yes, it makes for a better friendship.
Okay.
When, personal success improves friendships. But you just can't be the jealous type of friend.
Okay. How about you, Charles?
Well, like Chico said, it depends on where it starts and who it is. But that's sometimes you have people secretly hating on you, even if it's a long-term friendship. So
They're
you
not
just
your
kinda never
friend.
know. Right?
If they're hating on you,
you might
you
not find that out
don't-
until your success. So that's the thing. You see how they kind of respond and react to you. It's just too many people can be hanger-ons and shit. Be like, oh, okay, I'm around you because of your success. I think it's hard for new friendships after you reach success because then you don't know what's their ulterior motive if there is one. So I think, but if you have people from way back when that you kind of kick it with, yeah, I mean, you can be cool, but you still got to be careful, because, like I said, if your success, of course, if it brings you a lot of money, you got to really be careful. But then again, sometimes it could be you. I tell everybody, money doesn't really change you. It just kind of amplifies who you already are and what you're going to do with that money. So it kind of works both ways with a lot of shit. If you've been a shitty friend to that person, then you guys will have some problems. People talk about that.
Right.
Because that shit happens a lot. But it can get complicated, but especially when money comes in, man, that's even with family though. Shit. So, not just friendship, family can fuck you over in that whole shit. Because a lot of these cats lose money because of their family, people in their pockets all the time and feeling they gotta take care of everybody now because they got money and shit. So the shit's complicated across the board, man. You just gotta really watch who you fuck with,
Okay. I'm gonna jump in. So I think the reason I thought about the question is because I remember a time when I had a personal a personal win, and some of the people that were around me, I thought were real close friends of mine. They didn't react like I thought they would react. I'm like, it's not like I get wins every day, like it'd be months, years before I get me a win. And I'm like, I'm trying to celebrate, and then the people's responses were like lackluster, and I was just like, ooh. So that's what I mean. I just thought about it the other day, and that's what brought this question up, because I'm like, because the thing is, for the most part, I would say that all my close friends, my inner circle, I am absolutely excited when y'all do new shit. I'm like, wow, okay, cool. And then I had people who I thought was in my inner circle when I realized they were frenemies. And the thing is like, they good as long as you like a pace behind them. And I was like,
Right.
wow, like I thought we were good, we were friends. Or if you support them in the way that exactly want you to support them, that'll work. But all of a sudden you go, okay, I got my own thing going on. I mean, I had a friend that he was in the music industry, right? He was an MC, right? And I'm like, okay, cool. I was like, I joined a fraternity that time. I joined a fraternity, and he was like,
One.
Phi Beta Sigma. I joined a fraternity, and he was hating on me, and I'm just like, wait a. You have no desire to be in any Greek organization. Where the hate come from? It ain't like we both MCs and we're both competing for the same position. I could understand that, like writers have a friend that's a writer, and you're competing to be a writer too, and that makes sense. But I'm like, dude, you ain't even in my industry. You ain't even close to what I'm doing. And
But
so,
but shouldn't you be happy? Like, if you're two writers going for the same thing, shouldn't you be happy for your friend that they got it? Okay, they wrote something better than you, but that just means you have to level yourself up so you can beat them at the next turn. Like, shouldn't you be happy? That's a good friendship. I want my friend to kind of like beat me, that I can beat them or whatever.
Or they can help put you
not everybody has that dynamic. Not everyone has that mindset.
Well, everybody doesn't have good friends then.
Yeah, a bunch
I
of
want my
white
friend,
men.
metal sharpens metal, iron sharpens iron. That's how I want my friends to be.
Yep.
Shit. For me, that's a great friend. A friend that says, hey, like, what the fuck are you doing? I'm like, well, I'm doing this. All right, well, do it better. Okay.
As you're wearing your squad shirt.
Yo, squad. Remember that was thing? Squad.
But
Hey,
I just think
squad, baby.
like your personal, even like sometimes you find yourself like, I think everybody has done it, but before you find yourself, somebody does something and you kind of hate a little bit. You don't even realize where it comes from. You're just like, or maybe you always saw that person a certain way, and now they doing the other thing. Oh, okay, cool. You kind of like, and that's just knowing, really getting to the core of you. Like, oh, maybe I need to step my shit up, because you like, or you think, oh, okay, this is one guy, right, in the fraternity, right, and we just don't think he's that smart, okay?
Damn.
And he got a master's, and we like, damn, how you get a master's, So it's like
You low key hate.
it kind of low key hating, and you got to check yourself on that, like recognize what it is, right, and recognize you're gonna have to work harder to improve yourself and start like he ain't that smart, because that's wrong. That's absolutely wrong. But it happens. That's real shit.
I mean, like, it's almost like if one of your friends get like hooks up with like a really hot girl, and you're like, shit, how you get that?
How'd you get that? How'd you
How
get
you get that? When did you get
phrase-
cool and smooth and shit?
My
You ain't
favorite
funny.
phrase is
What the
like,
fuck?
man, you overachieved, dog.
Yeah.
Right.
You meet that girl, she'll be like, "Oh my god, he's so funny. When did you
Right.
get funny? You ain't funny."
Like, what game you?
Right.
But I mean, it's
Right.
but it's a real thing. People are like, oh, you shouldn't do that, but people do it automatically without thinking about it. Like, honestly, for me, okay, I came to LA, right? I thought, okay, when I first came to LA, I was like, I want to be a writer. Actually, I wanted to be an actor at first. Funny story. I ain't gonna tell you that right now. But I want to be now. I wanted to be a writer, right? And literally, I had to get that had to learn that every writer is my competition. It ain't not one writer. Everybody who writes something is my competition as much as I'm their competition, right? And it's like literally, I have people who, when I first got here, I was like, oh, I got a crew of writers. We're gonna do it. Then I realized that, no, this ain't that type of competition. The competition is like right now, I got the competitive advantage because nobody knows what the fuck I'm writing. But when I do my Captain America 3-point land and shit, with the shield and shit, everybody gonna be like, oh shit, he coming for us.
You Captain American with the wings?
No, the white one, man, the white one.
Oh, okay, the white one.
When you land like a superhero, and with your artwork, with your writing, and it's like, oh, I need to pay attention to him. That's why I'm like I realize now as a writer, I can be friends with other writers. Just don't tell them what the fuck I'm working on until it's finished. Until I've already signed an agent, and then be like, hey, this is what I'm doing. But you can't at the beginning part of your process be like, yeah, we are writers together. What are you writing? And you were like, that's some bullshit. Like it comes out. But the thing about it, you got to know what you're competing for and what you're competing. And the thing is, that's what writing is. People are like, we need to get together, write together. That's not the industry that you jumped into, because I'm not competing with just Spike Lee. I'm competing with the dude that just got here last week that want to be a writer.
Right.
So I had to learn that, like, So how about you, Anthony? How about you?
I don't think that it impacts friendship in a positive way, because when you're successful, when people see you as successful, you have to be a little more cautious. The reason being is because it's not about what you've done for me, it's about what you're doing for me. Mm-hmm. So as long as you're aware of that and people aren't taking advantage of you, and that's only for new friends, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And in this little circle, I can say, Chico's been my friend for 20 years, you've been my friend for 5 years, you know what I mean? But that circle is small, so you got to be very selective as far as like who you allow in that circle. Does success enhance friendships? Like as Gil shows up. What's up? But I'm just finishing this up. But so does success enhance friendships? Yes, it does, because as Chico was saying, level up. If my boys ain't leveling up, that's fine. I'm gonna push them to level up. I ain't gonna do it for them. I'm gonna push them.
Yeah.
So as long as you see how you're looking at it from both ways, then you're good to go.
I agree.
I think as a collective, when you're in a group of guys that are always striving for better, you don't want to be the last one in the room. You know, you don't want to be the
Go
lowest.
say hi.
You wanna compete. So it helps, and then with you competing with everybody else, it makes everything so much better. Because like you want to be able to talk what everybody's talking about. You want to be able to be a part of the conversation. So yeah, iron sharpens iron. I think it's great.
So we're coming to the end of the show, and we come to the end of the show. I'm trying to end on time. So Charles, do you have any last words you want to add to that, or you want to, what I want is last words that you want to add to that, and also how can people reach you, so they can connect with you.
Well, if you look at the concept of the music industry, you look at cats like Eminem. When they blow up, he brings all his cats from 8 Mile, and they kind of do some stuff like that. You would hope that's the function of how all this stuff works. So when Chico was saying, you want it's like a competition. Well, not really so much. You would hope a writer would, if you got put on, you'd help your buddy that's a writer get put on, and you guys would collaborate on some stuff, and that's how it kind of works. But a lot of times it's not like that. So if I got put on and I knew you had some good projects, I'm pulling you along too, because that's everybody eating the same pie. It's not just, oh, I'm gonna get this and then I'm gonna leave you behind and stuff like that.
But you gotta right. You gotta be ready. You can't be like, hey, Charles,
right.
That's I'm hot.
Exactly, because your reputation is on the line at that point, and all you got is your name when you're writing, unless you're in front of the camera, of course, But yeah, other than that, man, you can reach me at Charles May on Facebook. Check me out there. LA Ballad of Sexes on Facebook. And we gotta get the hiking club. Hey man, I'm gonna do a bike club too, man. I'm gonna do some bike club stuff. So if you got some, y'all ride bikes, let me know. No. Pedal. No, ting ting. Real good mountain bike.
Yeah, the one with the.
I'm trying to push. No man, no bells. If you got a bell on, you can't hang. You can't hang with us now. But yeah, our urban hiking club, we still gotta get that started again because everything's opening back up, man. It's still looking nice out. So we gotta get back in the swing. I gotta knock this quarantine 15 off, and hopefully we can do some stuff in the future, man. So that'd be cool.
Okay. And Chico,
these are the friends I like. Literally, Sam the Man posted on his Facebook. He's literally rebuilding a grill. What do I say? I want to be like you. He says, be better than me. I want you to. I dare you to. Build one from scratch. I like the friends that challenge me. I like the friends that motivate me. I like the friends that say, no. You can do better. Those are the type of friends I want in my life. Those are the type of friends that I have in my life. So, as I've said, iron sharpens iron. I only want to level up with my friends because I know they got my back like I got theirs.
I was trying to go to Anthony, but okay, we're going to go to Will.
He doesn't want to say nothing. He doesn't want to say nothing.
Sorry.
He doesn't like his friends.
I know he got to go. So
I'm back. What was the question?
I said, what's your last thoughts on the friendship thing? And then how can people connect with you? Because I know you got to go. So
yeah. All right. So my last thoughts on the friendship thing is don't just hear, you got to see it. So as long as you're looking at it and you see, it's just like we talked about PC culture and, words and this and that, it's all about intent. As long as your intent is good, people are going to feel it. They're going to see it. And that's what grows in friendship,
Mm.
as far as that goes. So keep your circle small, though. That's all. I mean, I've learned. I've been burned. So keep your circle small.
I think you just need to know your circle.
Yeah, you got to know your circle for sure. And then if you need to get a hold of me, Wings in the Sky. That's the foundation that's coming. Support veterans. Karima, get in contact with him because he knows I keep my circle small, so I won't just give it all out there. All right, but I'm gonna log off, brother.
Okay.
And I'll see you guys soon.
All right, man. Be safe out there.
All right, man. Take care.
Yeah.
But last, you got to go too, Chico? Or you good?
I can say. We good.
I just want the two questions answered by Will, and then cut out. Okay. So Will, you still there? You with us?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm just going to go the last question, and then we're going to give you the first question again. So the last question that we talked about: does your personal success improve friendships? So I just want to know that question.
Does my personal success
Improve friendships? Do you feel that personal success, like all of a sudden when you win something, does that hurt your friendships, or does that elevate your friendships?
No, it doesn't. It doesn't hurt the friendship at all.
Okay.
Because it's more like if it's a true friend, a true friend gonna be happy for you.
Okay.
So it's nothing like that is gonna definitely no. It's not gonna hurt your friendship,
Okay.
Because the way I do things is more so like a lot of people that's around me, we all move together.
Okay.
And if I have success, they're gonna have success. They have success, I'm gonna have success. And friendship is a kinship. And so basically, and that's just how it is. You know how they always say birds of a feather flock together.
Yeah.
And it's not too many times. I'm not really gonna have, and it's sad to say you really don't have friends outside of your interests.
Yeah.
You really don't. So and that's why I say no matter who I run with, we all good with each other's success because they know in the long run nobody's going to be left out.
Yeah.
You got to mute yourself, Chico. Okay, and the last question, which is the first question that we talked about, has PC culture made you more aware, or has it overwhelmed your empathy?
Oh, you talking about the cancel culture?
Yeah. PC culture.
Well, the PC culture that leads to cancel culture.
Yeah, that leads to cancel culture. Is that too big or what?
I really don't get into that because to me, y'all, you know how I am, man. I just feel like it's a lot of insane people out here, and insanity is just, you might have somebody who like just say might have a good job, might be on TV, but they crazy as fuck, and that's the way I look at it. And a lot of this stuff that's going on now, it's just crazy as fuck. I just really don't get into it that much.
Okay.
So.
Okay. Because a lot of things are going on, but I didn't want to keep the show longer than I had to keep the show. But I just okay. So tell me how people can connect with you, and then I got to end the show because I want to make sure that it stays in that hour. So how can people connect with you, Will?
Well, basically through Facebook. I'm on Facebook now, Chuck. See the follow up.
What?
Yeah, see the follow up. Facebook. Also on YouTube, go to my YouTube channel, see the follow up. I got stuff coming, and pretty soon we're gonna have our show going, and hopefully we can get you guys on. I don't know my man here, so it's I just logged on and I just
No, it's good.
Yeah, all right.
We'll meet.
Yeah, we will. So but basically, that's how you can connect with me.
I like the background, by the way. I'm digging the background.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah. Last time y'all come telling me about the brick and everything. So I got a lot of backgrounds, man. I got a lot of backgrounds.
Now you look like CNN or C.
Right.
Say what? Well, hey,
You look like CNN
I like this.
or just seeing niggas.
Hey. Hey, but you know we got something coming now, so.
Yeah.
Well, I got to get my background shit straight. I just can't have like blind, what they call these,
Blinds.
the fucking blinds. Yeah, I just
Come
can't
on.
have blinds. Like I gotta get a Malibu shot like Chico.
Because your background,
Catalina.
Catalina.
This is Catalina. You
That's
know.
Avalon.
but
Yeah.
you
You
gotta
know.
you gotta get a better background because your background look like you trying to tell.
Yeah, because I've been working on my little show opening, because when we do it, I have a little show opening, and I was gonna send it to you, Chuck, let you see it, but
Let me check it out.
I don't. Hey, I'll let you check it out now.
But here's the thing: the link I sent you is the link that's always gonna be on to when we come on the show on Karima show.
Oh, okay.
So now you just save that and click on it. You can come on in.
I got it.
Because he don't check his email, Kareem. So
Oh yes, I do. I'm just a busy man. I take
okay. All right.
a lot of parts. hey, but Chuck.
Don't lie on your man.
Let me end the show.
Chuck. Here's my opening, man. It's like
wait up. Let me cut my show off first, and then you tell them to open it.
Oh, okay, all right.
Because I gotta edit this.
Right.
But real quick, Charles, your background look like you trying to tell a secret, man. I'm be honest.
like I'm locked up, huh? Like I'm about to interrogate.
So anyway,
I can talk, but I can't talk loud.
I'm about to snitch on all y'all motherfuckers.
Yeah. That's what I was getting ready to say. You look like they done put you in witness protection or something.
Right.
Will's background. I think that you were going to.
Oh, he's moving from closets.
Okay. So anyway.
Oh my god.
So anyway, I'm your host, Karima J. Spear, aka K2. You can find my work at KarimaSpear.com. That's KarimaSphere.com. And also you can find the radio show's website at Karima Show&Tell. That's KarimaShowandTell.com. Scientific Media did an awesome job, and definitely check it out. Connect with me. Thank you, everyone, for making this another awesome show. This season 5, episode 84, and it's called "Has PC Culture Made You More Aware, or Has It Overwhelmed Your Empathy?" You can find it on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and LinkedIn. And I just want to send a special thanks to Thea Asar, who allows me to use this song, "The Return of Asar."